G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm going to slowly go through this as I kind of intro this video. I will be working real time on my Christmas journal, my Christmas season journal. It's not all devoted to Christmas, just kind of everything that leads up to it. It's a Job's Journal Traveler's Notebook insert. I don't believe he sells them anymore, but it's a pre-printed insert, so all pre-decorated. Super fun, retro, kitschy, lots of vintage maps. Really amazing. Printed notebook insert there. I had bought it, I think maybe last year or the year before. I'm not quite sure when he released it, but I haven't used it up until now, and it's actually proving to be the most perfect notebook to work in for this season for me. I have a lot of ephemera. I've got Thanksgiving ephemera, turkey, and me eating ice cream, and Steve's like Happy Thanksgiving text. I also have random bits of photos. Movies that we've watched, House of Gucci and Spencer, Christmas things, the cat. I also have Merry Mix Media photos, and I have this, which is one of the downloads from Merry Mix Media that I've used my Silhouette Portrait 3 to do the kiss cuts for. So that'll all stay together. And yeah, and then gingerbreads. I've got gingerbread, and then this has to go with that as well, because that's gingerbread from the box. I'll harvest any piece of ephemera, you know I will. So we haven't got a ton to work with. It's mostly just going to be like cutting and pasting and, you know, washi taping in, but I thought I'd just put on the camera and say hello to everyone, mostly because if you're actually looking for lots of tutorial content right now, you can go to Merry Mixed Media for 2021 and go and do 5 of those lessons. It's all free to join. I do this workshop each year. It's a mini Christmas workshop on Teachable. So I'll link that in the description box for you as well if you want to sign up and go and have fun with that. It is themed this year to the full Aussie, since I'm going to spend Christmas in Australia this year. I wanted to theme it that way and get super excited and kind of share what some of that looks like. It's kind of funny to go through the typical Christmas motifs that are quite wintry and kind of apply that Australian sunny summer filter over them. So that's kind of the idea for that workshop. That workshop I do each year just as a thank you to the community for being here and being so wonderful and supportive. So please go and enjoy that if you want to. Also, at the end of that course, there's a $50 coupon for my Teachable courses. So if you were thinking of purchasing a course and you've been waiting for sales, I don't ever typically do sales on those courses, but I do offer coupons to either return students. So Merry Mixed Media has always been a good way to become a return student, since it is free to join. So this is a coupon for any course. It's all open. It's nothing specific. So use that before December 25th this year, because it will expire then. But that'll be a good way to get you involved in some of those workshops if you feel like it. Oh, I forgot to do my writing in here. I forgot that this opened up. I'll have to do some of my journaling in there. I knew I forgot something. But I have done my journaling since I did this last time. Last week we did a bit of a real time working on this, which was fun. And yeah, I've had more experiences since then. We had Thanksgiving, so I have to get that documented. All this stuff stacks up really quickly, doesn't it? If you don't get your photos printed and just get it done. Look, this one's flying around. I don't know how people manage. Do people really go back and document after the fact? Like an entire season like Christmas? I can do it at holiday because it's very specific, and you know, I collect it. I guess you could. I don't know. Like a season that you're living in is different to me than a season of like traveling, because all of those experiences are new. Like I don't tend to remember all the nuances of things that I'm just living in my daily experience. So I want to try and keep on top of it, just so I can keep some of those kind of memories that I document pretty fresh. As far as where we should start, I think I want to put this in. This is a big photo of the star on my Christmas tree at home. This is pretty. I think I might just pop that there. I'm trying not to be fussy today either. If you're doing Merry Mix Media and I was telling you about my gran doing the cross-stitch name ornaments, I have that one here too. Here's my my name ornament, and that's why on the sheet, when I did the little baubles to kind of represent the lessons, that's why I did the cross-stitch and I did it gran. It matches this one here. So it all connects. It's a bit much. Maybe I'm taking things too far, but you know me. I'm going to pop that up just a little bit further to the top so I can do a bit of journaling. My gran was a big part of Christmas, so I get in two minds about it. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to kind of trigger a lot of sad emotion, and maybe that's like a part of avoidance for me, and so I don't want to kind of document a lot of it because I feel like it becomes a little too painful. But at the same time, I feel like it's kind of like an honorable way to remember. And I would like, ultimately, I know that the sad feelings feel sad and they feel like a lot, but ultimately my desire is to kind of keep that memory alive. And so I think I kind of push past that sometimes, even though technically, like, it does make me feel really sad to see a lot of the stuff about Gran around Christmas time. But all of that to say, the reason it feels sad is because I love those memories and I had such a good time. So it really is it's a nice thing, even if it's not the most enjoyable feeling. These are 2 movies that we saw recently. And I don't do my journaling on here. If you're waiting for me to like spill my guts on the page, it's not going to happen today. I like to just keep it stick and plonk, just chat with you all. Nothing too brain intensive today. Actually, I will put my Gran bauble on here. I think it could go nicely here. The thing I love about this insert is because it's all kind of collaged together, I feel like I'm already working on a collage, and Job did such a nice job. Like, I keep looking through this whole thing being like, could I have done this? I'm like, I really couldn't have done this. It's like, it is just the perfect amount of decorated, but still able to be played on top of. I think I would have taken it way too far. So, props to Job. I've got to stop speaking about it because I don't think you can get it and people are going to be upset. But, speaking of, I printed out, Job has he has free printables daily numbers. It's not December yet, so I can't use these just yet. But he has these free numbers on his website if you want to go and check that out. That's a free printable. So I'll leave that for some journaling. This actually looks fun for my gingerbread house stuff. We did these gingerbread houses. I mean, they look like they're for the wrong side of town. Like, they are not, they were not good. Steve made this one. His was clean, and then I kind of ruined it with the decoration. And then this is the one that I made. It was just a hot mess express. And then this is Steve's little shack, I guess we'll call it. Stella was making them as well. It was fun, but honestly, like, we weren't trying very hard. Steve took me to a Christmas, what was it? A Christmas bakery. Oh, I have this washi tape. Maybe I should use some of this. Steve took me to, I don't think it suits it very well. Oh, I've got all my Christmas ones here. Years ago, he took me to a Japanese decorating class, like a Japanese bakery decorating class for Christmas. And I did so poorly. And it kind of shocked me because I felt like there was a lot of pressure on my end anyway. Thinking, well, I'm an artist, so I should be able to do this, right? Like, there's no reason I should be bad at this. Turns out, was not good. I guess that was a long way to say I wasn't good at it, but moral of the story is I'm still not good at it. But it's tradition, and you stick with tradition, don't you? My family does the Aldi, the train gingerbread set, and usually my mum will do something to make it look crazy at some point. Just blame my mum. She'll do something to make it look crazy, and then our saving grace is that we put icing sugar over the whole thing. So, because I mean, that will just forgive everything. And so we could spend hours and hours and hours on decorating, and then right at the end, my mum will come over with the icing sugar and just smother the entire thing. Like, nothing is visible. Blizzard levels of icing sugar. But I like that. I don't have a delicate touch when it comes to to that sort of stuff. I say that to Steve when he's editing, because I've tried to help him edit photos before. But if my journals are anything to go by, imagine what I'm like editing a photo. He was just like, in the nicest way possible a long time ago, he goes, I just don't think you have a very delicate touch. And that's what I like in my editing. So, oh, well, can't help you then. Just because my instincts are to do anything and everything I can to make that photo look like it was completely created from the ground up. It's because I never learned how to actually edit anything the first computer I bought was when I lived in Japan, and it was kind of like a tradition with your first paycheck at Tokyo Disney that people would go and buy themselves a MacBook. This is back when they did the MacBook laptops. I don't think they do just the laptop anymore. I think it's just the MacBook Pro. But it was just a MacBook, and it had the Photos app on it with the photo booth. I don't know what they used to call it, but you know, the Photos thing? And every photo I would get, first of all, it was a flash selfie that you would take in the mirror with your Olympus that could take like 14 photos. And then once you put it through that stupid app or the program, all you could do was like move the contrast or move the saturation and everything. And I would just go so nuts with it. And then one day I found the sepia button, and it was all over from there. I found the vignette button, and so I always tell everyone, I would get to the point where I do a full-on sepia filter, and then I would do a white vignette. It looked like some old-timey, ye olde saloon photo shoot, and I would look at it and think, yep, that's it. That's what I wanted. And I'd be genuinely happy with that. These tapes are a little old. I can feel they're not going to want to stick. I'm doing a bit of a patchwork washi tape. Half by necessity. I do like patchwork washi tapes like this, but some of them aren't sticky enough to stick on their own, so I've got to kind of reinforce them down. But then I can put these photos on. This is Stella. Stella making her gingerbread house. We don't ever eat the gingerbread house either. I did eat some of this, and then I understood why we don't ever eat them. Because it doesn't taste right. I think maybe because they're just making whole sets of them. Maybe the batch production isn't the nicest. It wasn't like the taste was bad, but I mean, it was just kind of all sugary, but the cookie itself was so hard. Like, it was rock hard gingerbread. Didn't stop me from eating it though, did it? Oh, do you know what I have? From Collage Club, which you probably wouldn't have seen this already. No, you wouldn't have seen this at this point. Australian gingerbread cookie set. So I'm going to use some of these to decorate my page. Just got to lay out where I want all of these. That I think is just so funny. I'll put it down here so it doesn't get lost. Do I want to put this over the top? I could put it over the top. I feel like it's going to cover up what that is, but at the same time, like, it doesn't matter. Don't be fussy. Do you make gingerbread? Does anyone make it? Does anyone make it from the beginning? I think gingerbread was how I found a YouTuber that I watch. The YouTuber's channel is From the Mind of Christine McConnell, and she does a whole gingerbread like replica model of some historic house. And I think that was one of the first videos I watched of hers, and then I went down a rabbit hole watching all of her videos. She's kind of like Martha Stewart meets Tim Burton. She is incredibly talented, and it's super duper creative. If you've never seen her channel before, you should. And that sounds like it appealed to you, like, watch that. Because she's amazing. I'm gonna put this here. Yeah, she did such a good job. And she made it all from scratch. Like, she had to get architectural plans out for her gingerbread house. These pre-made ones, I really like it. I think it's super fun to do with, like, the nieces and nephews. They love it. And honestly, I think my mum really enjoys putting icing sugar over everything. Like, I think she really gets down for that. Because she'll be missing. No, she won't be missing, but she won't do much else. She'll just be ready with the icing sugar. That is one of my traditions. And sadly enough, like, you know, I learned this too, but if you don't, I guess I got so used to my mum just buying the gingerbread house and then just doing it with my sister that I didn't realize that if, you know, when I came here, if I wasn't the one to go and buy it, that tradition may not exist anymore. So Steve and I have been thinking over the past couple of years, like how to either reintroduce traditions we had at home or create new ones, and like, I guess more so like who's going to be responsible for these traditions. Because it just didn't occur to me that like someone at this age, when you're, you know, you're in charge of your household, you have to be the one to keep all that going. I was so naive. I thought I'd be a kid forever. Someone else would take care of it. So Steve actually got the gingerbread house because he knows it was important for me. So maybe I should take some of his traditions and then I'll give them to him. And we can be in charge of each other's traditions. That way we can still feel like it's being done for us. That sounds nice. Am I realistically going to do that? I don't know. Don't hold me to it. Literally on the internet. And Steve will just play this video back to me. What was that you were saying online? I want the credit for saying it. I don't want to actually have to put the effort forth to do it. Alright. There's my good gingerbreads. I'll have to find a way to put some space for journaling. I could try and journal over that. It might be a little difficult. I want to try and put it on here or something. No, that's a little confusing. Do I have little papers? I have some of these papers that I was gifted. Surely there's a cute little cake or something. Is that an Anna Wintour cat? That's so funny. Oh, that's vellum. I didn't know that was vellum. I think I'll just use these because they're kind of brownish. If there was a cake, I didn't really see it. And I'm not trying to be too fussy. Do I want to put it here? Or should I put it, like, back them on like this? I'll put a little tab on. I think I'll put a little tab on there. Just fold it in half. I don't know if this is how you make tabs, but this is how I do it. Just fold it and then put 2 lines of tape runner. And then when I go to fold it again, place it where I want it. Oh, I can't go over them. Maybe I'll have to do it like here. Yeah, I'll do it here. Kind of gone over Stella there. I think it's fine. The point was to show that Stella was there. We did it with Stella. I don't think we need to see the actual plate. Look at these tapes just struggling to hold on for dear life. Okay. And this one, I think I want it over here. Here is good. And then I'm going to use some of these to fill in Stella. Put that over here. I love this cockatoo. I'm going to put him down there. Vegemite as well. And I guess I couldn't have too many. The Waratah fits nice. Teams with the theme. I'll put it up here. Great. I just have to do some of my journaling about that. We'll just flip the page and then we'll go on to Thanksgiving. This is what I have for Thanksgiving. I have Steve's text. I have to snip some of that off. Actually, I'm wondering if I should do the first part of the text up the top and then I'll do the second part of the text, like my response down the bottom. That sounds fun. And I can snip off the edges. There we go. I'm going to put it down first. We don't really cook from scratch for Thanksgiving. We got everything was pre-cooked, we just had to heat it up. So we're cheats. We're not real Thanksgiving people. It's hard. We did it once. Like, we cooked it from scratch and we got the turkey and it said that it had a bag of stuffing and everything. Steve could not for the life of him figure out where it was, and so he was like, well, I'm just gonna start. How hard could this be? Turns out he cooked the entire thing with the plastic bag inside the turkey. Like, big mistake. And it took hours, and we had never done it before, and it was kind of dry, and oh goodness, at the end of it we were like, I can't believe people slave away over these meals when there's a perfectly good option to just buy them ready done. And do you know what? It was actually cheaper for us to buy them ready done. I mean, we're not a huge, we don't have a huge family of people to feed, so it makes sense for us, but still had a good time. I obviously didn't grow up with Thanksgiving, so to me it's not like one of those holidays that I really have to celebrate. So Steve's actually had to teach me about Thanksgiving and like what he would like to do for it. Because I was just going to just work all day. And I've celebrated it with him for a few years now, but I guess I just never knew that he wanted to like do things on Thanksgiving. Like, he had certain holiday expectations for it. It was actually kind of funny to sit down and talk about a holiday that I don't really celebrate, that he wanted to celebrate, and like having to talk to each other about what our expectations were for it. I mean, thank goodness he did, because I wouldn't have done anything about it. I would have just thought he didn't want to celebrate it like me. All right, I like this. I don't think it goes there though. And I think I will just do the one half. And I don't think I'll do it as a tip-in. I think I'll just do it as ephemera, like page decoration. It's not going to fit there. I'll leave that. This is the Merry Mixed Media. These are the 5 lessons. But you know what? I put these over here actually. Or should I just put 1 over here? Or 2? I'll put it like that. I'm not going to give a review. No, not here. Where would these go? But I will write like some of my thoughts about them, because I enjoyed both. I thought Kristen Stewart did such a good job. I wasn't expecting anything. Let's be real. I thought she did a really good job. I don't think it's the movie you watch if you want like a full-on Diana life story, but it was a really interesting perspective and it was very artistically done. There we go, put that there. And then House of Gucci, I lived for Gaga, and Jared Leto was so fun to watch as well. But it was super fun. I just, not to be cliche, but yes, Gaga. She did such a good job. Goodness. What's it like to be that talented? What must that feel like? I'm going to put it right underneath here. I've got this photo of Oliver. I have another photo of Oliver somewhere. Is there space for it there? There it is. Here? I don't think so. I have to start a new Oliver spread. Oh no, I'll put it over here. Great. I have way too many photos of the cats. More of Oliver than Bianca. Bianca's not as social as Oliver. Although she does, around Christmas time, they've been playing Turf Wars over by the Christmas tree. Bianca gets really excited when the Christmas tree comes out, and so she pretty much, this is the only time throughout the year where you'll see her out and about constantly. Not just leaving the room to get food. Alright, let me put these in here. I feel like, am I getting halfway? This is halfway point in the book. And I've literally done like 2 weeks. This is not going to work. I'm going to run out of space. Maybe I will need a tip in. Let's grab some of this. Sorry, my allergies are starting to get me. Oh, maybe I can put my card in here. How is this going to fit now? I could slice off or it might just fit, I'm not quite sure. Thank you, Art Snacks, for this. And I don't mean to be rude cutting into it, but I will treasure it forever if it gets into this journal. So technically, I'm doing a nice thing. And I don't think I cut anything off. Yeah, no, it's still there. Does it fit? Oh, it's ever so slightly too wide. These minted cards are so durable, honestly. Steve wants to do Christmas cards, and even though that is a part of like my fantasy Christmas, he's so busy. I don't really see how that's going to work. I mean, we've got our idea, we've ordered stuff to do it, but good luck to us. Maybe I put it here. Okay, I'll put it here so it can flip up. This book is going to be a little bulky. That's okay. Thanks for your feedback on this video last week. I know people do enjoy kind of laid back chatty videos to pop on in the background. I never work to a schedule of videos, as in like I'll do 2 laid back and then 2 voiceover and then 2 this and 2 that. Honestly, I just go with whatever I feel like doing because that's how I enjoy myself the most. But I'm one of those people as well. I put on a lot of different types of videos, and honestly, my mood carries me to different places all the time. So, all of that to say, I'm not doing this because I feel like that's what people want to see. I just honestly still want to be working in this journal, and doing it real time was a better option for me. I felt like I could chat through some of the things I wanted to talk about. And I didn't really have much to do. Like, honestly, if I put this in a sped up version, it would just be me sticking photos down, and in reality, I can already tell what that video would look like sped up, and it's like, it looks like one part of a much larger video when it's sped up. But when you do it real time, you realize that, oh my goodness, I've spent like 30 minutes putting in photos. And this is not an education in this is how long content takes, but I think it always bears reminding for everyone, including myself on social media, that this is realistic, especially around this time of year. Like, this is my job, but I'm also going on holidays. So even though this is something I can literally set aside time in the day for, I don't do that because I'm taking a break from it technically, like all the content part of it. I still do my journaling and my art. But even in my holiday season where things are going hectic and, you know, we've got lots of things to do and Steve's got things to do and we're out and about seeing people, like, it's just not even realistic for me to spend tons of hours doing this. So I'm not quite sure how most people work, but I feel like that's a good reminder for everybody, right? Like, not to expect the world. These busy seasons, I don't think is the season to be like pushing yourself to do more than you've ever done before. This is not the season to to set the goals that high, I don't think, because it's such a letdown when that doesn't work. To each their own, really, honestly. But I wonder if this works. But I feel like for me, I'd be very happy if I could just get all my memories in here, get everything documented, enjoy myself doing it, have a chat. It's just a nice slow pace for the end of my year. There we go. Because sometimes I will still watch videos, like, I don't know if I don't talk about this often, but sometimes I will still watch videos and I will think, I mean, we all compare, right? We all compare ourselves. I think that's how we identify areas that we want to work on or areas that we think we still need work on, or, you know, we learn a lot through comparison. I never let the comparison turn to like a defeatist attitude about myself. I say never, relative. I'm sure I've done it in the past, but it's rare for me that comparing myself would like lead me to not doing anything. But a lot of the times when I'm watching, and especially if I see like a sped through video, you know, it's someone doing like 4 or 5 journal pages at a time, I know exactly how much that takes and like how I could do it. And I get this slight competitive edge that goes on in my head where I just think, well, I'm not doing it to like prove anything, but I can do it, and so maybe I should do it. And I guess maybe I am. Maybe it is like trying to prove it to myself that I can. Like, I can keep up even if I'm tired, or I can keep up even if I've got like 25 other things going on. Like, I can do it. I can do more than I've ever expected to do before. And I think it's a really good positive outlook for myself to always believe I can. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely not the engine that couldn't. I always believe I can, but if I don't catch myself, like, I will end up just proving to myself over and over in a really unhealthy way with like no boundaries, no kind of, you know, you should stop your work at this point, or like don't work 18 days in a row without taking a break. Like, I will just get caught up in it, and it's just this kind of perpetual motion machine that I think just kind of gets fueled from the excitement of watching others, or, you know, the kind of that little bit of, oh, look, they're doing it, I can do it, and like I want to do it. You know, even just setting myself back realistically and doing these videos, it's just such a good reminder for myself. Like, yes, sometimes you can do things. Doesn't mean you should always do them. Or sometimes, you know, there can be like, it's a different sense of satisfaction in taking your time and like being really slow about it and really enjoying really mundane tasks as well. Because sometimes my biggest fear is that I have like all these ideas that I will just never have time enough to do. And I feel like what a waste. Like, what a waste of having the ideas if I don't even have enough time and energy to do all of them. which is like, it's weird. Why would that be a fear? Like, someone else can do the ideas and I can just enjoy watching someone else do them. Like, it's not the end of the world. What's going to happen to me? Nothing. And it's the best problem to have more ideas than you could possibly like throw your pencils at. So I don't know, just weird kind of quiet musings as I go through this. But yeah, it is, at the end of the day, something that crosses my mind as someone that, you know, loves to share this with you, but also sees it from the lens of, I've created this content for you and I'm going to put it on a social media platform and people are going to engage with it and have thoughts about it. And, you know, I accept people's thoughts about it all the time. Some people share them, some people don't. Some people share really unfiltered thoughts. Some people filter themselves a lot. And it always just kind of crosses my mind, especially doing something that could be perceived as really low energy or low effort. Because I have been in a really judgmental place in the past of myself whenever I feel like I was being lazy or I was showing that I, you know, couldn't achieve much. There was this bit of a complex I used to have to want to achieve everything. Yeah, sometimes when I'm thinking of myself as the viewer of the content that I'm literally in the process of making, I can feel those judgments like slip up. And so I literally have to remind myself, like, it's okay that you're just doing this. It's okay. Even sometimes when I'm fiddling with this, I'll be like, quick, I've got to get this done. I've got to get this quicker. Or my train of thought is losing my story and I'm not going to be able to say something and they're going to think I'm boring or I don't have a brain or like, it's nuts stuff. Things that I don't even care about. Like, I couldn't care less if you thought I was stupid or couldn't tell a story well. No offense. I mean, I do care about, you know, your thoughts and your opinions, but it's really not going to make me lose sleep if people think that, you know, I'm slow at this. But yeah, it's interesting how all of that stuff kind of connects. I think all of that to say I'm finished. I haven't got anything else I can slowly stick down in front of you except for my collage sheets. Do you know what? Maybe I will go through some of these and see if I want to put any of these anywhere. Because I do have some Gorgina stickers from Collage Sheet. I feel like something beautifully red or green on here would look north. Actually, some of these little red circles could look cute. I have a very more aesthetic. I'm gonna put my nutcracker on there as well. Oh, I wanted to put that tin soldier. I'm gonna get him. Tin soldier I wanted to put wherever I watch the Christmas parade at Disney. I don't think I have a picture of that, but I could put it somewhere relevant, like on here somewhere. Pardon me. Maybe put him here. That's nice. I have this castle, but I don't think I need that on here. No. Anything else? Oh look, that's the original. There she is there. Don't think I will. Oh, do you know what? I have a little cocoa ornament. That'll be cute. That's the cocoa ornament I made for Steve. It hangs on our Christmas tree. Team with the theme. Something for Savannah. She's got that original one there. Does she need another one? I think she does. I think she needs this one. The original of this one is in my 5-year Hobonichi. Put that here. No, where's that going to go now? Maybe I'll just cut it off here. There you go. That's cute. It's a beautiful thing about Collage Club. It's not a sticker that you can only use once. I can reprint that whole thing and get it again. So I don't feel so guilty about slicing half of it off. The only thing about the gloss is it's hard to crease the paper, so I end up putting too many thumbnail marks in there. Do Do I want Moira Rose? I'll just put it there. I like to think my gran would have enjoyed that show, but I don't know. Where's the rest of that sheet from Mary Makes Media here? I'm gonna put this label where I put all these. Actually, I'll put it on the front, just so I know what's in there. I put these little stars to decorate. Little green and gold, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go home. It's been years. And I only have a few things to do before I go home as well. Like I'm not packed with work up until then. I've literally got a few things I could do, and I think I should just try and bash them out in the next week or two so I can really just take off. I think I want to put this on here because my gran was the one that taught me about Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie. This little angel here, if you did Mary Mix Media last year, we did my mum's Christmas angels. That's one of them. Right up there with gran. There we go. I want to put, does this work? Let me put some more bling on the page. There we go. So, sorry to be a broken record, but yes, it's unrealistic to get 1 billion things done. So I hope this is in some way helpful to know that as someone who literally has no excuse to not get 1 million things done, I am also choosing to be carefree, to be simple, to take it easy, to enjoy the simple pleasures of sticking and pasting and cutting and writing. I think I got all my art out this year. I'm definitely going to keep going, but I mean, it's been a humongous year of art journaling. We've done three full live workshops with Virtual Voyage. All the art journaling, the magics that I've done, all of the full retreat, like the retreats for not only like the Harry Potter stuff that we do with Wizarding Artists Society, but also the Disney stuff, and Collage Club. Like that was at least 5 sheets every month. So for 12 months, it's been at least 60 sheets, and a few of those months I've gone overboard. Like for December, there's 10. So, I mean, I think it's just been packed full, and not to say that I won't draw, but this is also something that, like, it's a part of my art journaling, right? Why am I explaining this? Literally, why am I having this breakdown on camera? I honestly think, because in my head, if I can just be honest with you, in my head, it just keeps saying it's not impressive that you just turned on this camera and you showed people sticking photos in. Like, that's just stupid. There's no substance to that. And I agree to an extent. I don't think it really did anything, but I didn't set out to be impressive. I didn't set out to learn anything or change the world or, make an impact on journaling today. I literally just set out to have a play, put my photos in and chat to everyone. And so I did that. And so I am successful. So it's always good to have an intention. So when your brain tries to throw chaos at you, you can check against it. You know what, I need a good session of stream of consciousness journaling. I think that'll get me to dump out all of these thoughts that are obviously tumbling around in my head somehow. I think I want to put the ice cream Santa up here because I just noticed I was eating ice cream. I was eating it straight from the tub too. What a pig. It's actually Steve's ice cream. Steve loves ice cream. I don't need to know that about him, but he's a fiend for ice cream. All right, I think that is it for me now. Do I want to put this on here? Because it's 2021. Do I? Do I not? I don't know if I do. I think I want it somewhere. I think I put it in here. That's nice. Okay, get my cover. Put this back in here. Sorry for my little rant at the end. I hope you're not. Please don't feel the need to diagnose me with anything or read into it too much. Honestly, I've just got a lot of feelings and thoughts. I say this to Steve, but I always give him my warning whenever I start to wind down, because inevitably, whatever I have been kind of pushing off to the side in order to stay productive and get all my work done, will just have time to kind of slowly be addressed and kind of spring to the surface. And I think it's just been years. Honestly, it's been years of feeling homesick. I've been so focused on like Aussie Christmas and everything because I'm so excited for it, but it doesn't really take away the fact that like I'm not there yet. And so I have this incredibly excited like anticipation, but it's also a lot of fear of like, what if I test positive and I can't get on the plane? Like I'm honestly just struggling with wrapping my head around some of those thoughts. And so as excited as I am, I'm like very fearful and very nervous. It still feels very unknown to go traveling at this point. I feel like it's wrong, but at the same time, I know it's fine. So it's been a wild journey in my brain for the past couple of days anyway, as I've been slowing down. All of that to say, I am good and I am very happy. And I don't really have much else news to share with you. I'm in one of those sweet spots where I'm not hiding any secret projects from you, so we can just be honest and candid about everything. But yeah, I hope you've had a nice time spending whatever time you've spent with me. I hope I've been good chat in your background, or just sent you off to sleep, if you're my mother. Yeah, I will see you again another time really soon. Don't forget to check out Merry Mixed Media if you haven't seen it. And I will, yeah, I'm gonna go eat some turkey leftovers from Thanksgiving. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.